Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Rants and Yarns with Two Best Friends. And I'm back with another video with Stefanie. She's gonna say hello and tell you what she's been up to and what her current project is.
Hello everybody, I'm back. Right now I'm working on a colorful shawl, which I've posted a black version in my updates on my various social media. It's been really busy. Summer's of course starting here in North America, and pool season is ramping up, and the wind is blowing and it destroys all the pools, and it makes it really difficult to get out with a short day now. So that's what I've been doing.
She's been preparing for the convention too.
Oh yes, the things that are happening in a couple months.
Update. Check out her social media. She has updates.
Yes. The links are in the description, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
So the article we have for you today is Nickelodeon's early days were loose and crazy, says Rocko's modern life creator. And here's a picture of Rocko.
Yay!
So for all of you who remember Rocko, for all of you who remember the 90s Nickelodeon Rocko, that was our time, and it was good. It was good stuff. Now, what they have on there is not the greatest. It's not my favorite anymore, so I don't really even check it out anymore. Aside from SpongeBob, I don't really care for anything else.
Yeah, I barely watch TV, so back in the days when we were kids and there was time for this.
No, but in general, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The cartoon belonged to a very different version of the channel. Yeah, the channel back then was all loose, and you can just put whatever show on, and you didn't have to worry about how it would impact the kid. Because my mom would just say, "Don't do what you see on TV, because you learn in school what's bad for you." And that was it. If kids still went out and did it, that was on the parents. But I mean, I watch things on TV. I don't go back out to reenact it. And besides, I don't even really listen to the hidden messages in all those cartoons I was watching. Because I know they all have them. Even on Disney shows, they have those hidden messages that kids shouldn't know about, but kids will never even know about it because it's hard for them to tell. They're just watching it for the pretty princesses and the princes and all the pretty things. Like we're not gonna know about the part where everybody wanted to fit into Cinderella's glass slipper, where the stepsisters actually cut their heel and broke their toes just to try to fit into it, and how the stepmother was eaten by crows as punishment for wrongdoings. We're not going to know about that because they don't show it or tell us. Only us adults will ever know about it.
Yeah.
They don't tell us those parts.
Nicen things up for kids.
Yeah. Well, those are those subliminal messages.
Mm.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, yeah.
Nickelodeon's constant programming shift from the home of game shows and sketch comedies to a cartoon innovator to a teen star factory and beyond have been essential to the kids' cable channel throughout its lifespan. And Joe Murray, creator of the classic Nickelodeon's Rocko's Modern Life, was there during one of the most interesting steps of the network's evolution. And I remember some of the game shows like Figure It Out and Double Dare and Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Those were fun. I remember wanting to be on Figure It Out and Legends.
Yeah. What would be your hidden talent?
I don't remember, but I know I wrote a few down, and I've got that piece of paper somewhere still packed away.
I mean, what would be your hidden talent now?
Right now? I don't know.
I don't really have one that's far-fetched, So it's hard for me to come up with it because there's nothing that I'm really That's out of the ordinary that I'm talented at. Everything that I'm good at is just ordinary stuff, you know.
Yeah, plus everything that we do nowadays is posted on social media, so we
No,
have no hidden talents
not
anymore.
every little weird thing you can do.
People are trying to make, you know, they try, and some of them do make a living out of it somehow, or they get their 15 minutes of fame. But
Yeah.
you know, we didn't have, of course, the internet back in the early 90s the way that we do now, and everybody with their posting of everything. And
Yeah.
yeah.
It's easier than ever to compare Nickelodeon then and Nickelodeon now. In part, thanks to the newly released complete series DVD box set of Rocko's Modern Life, an upcoming TV movie based on the series, will also certainly help. More than 25 years after the surreal animated sitcom premiered, Murray looked back at his work to tell Polygon about this different, loose time, when adult humor and innuendos could slip into cartoons like Rocko with ease, and execs gave the okay with their backs turned. And anyone who doesn't know Rocko's Modern Life is, then go watch it. There is, you can get the newly released complete series DVD box, but if you don't want the DVD box, then you can go online and find out where they have it streaming and go stream it and watch it. It's funny and satirical, but it was enjoyable to watch at the time, and maybe you'll get fun out of it yourself. And if when I find word of the movie coming out, I'm surely gonna check it out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go to the movies for it, but I'm surely gonna watch it either way. If it comes to the Comcast on demand or Netflix, I'm gonna watch it one way or another. Trust me. I don't know if I'm gonna pay to watch a movie, but oh yes, and I am waiting to watch the Avengers, but it's gonna be 3 hours. It's gonna be 3 hours, and it's coming out at the end of the month, so probably like the third week of May, probably gonna go watch it because the first week of May I'm going on vacation, so I probably will watch it on the second week. Because I'm not gonna watch it on opening night. Everybody's gonna be there, and it's too crowded.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely gonna
yet.
sit the 3 hours and watch it with my bag of popcorn. Oh, but the last time I went to the movies and I watched another movie that I'm not going to talk about right now. They weren't even renovating the place yet. They just had a lot of things that were down in need of repair, and it sucked because every time Aaron wants to watch a movie, he always wants a slushie. That's his time to get a slushie, and their slushie and soda machines were all down. So people could just buy water. All they had was tea and water they can buy from the cold case. And then they had pre-made popcorn and nachos and hot dogs. That was about it. And the regular candy.
Yeah.
So kind of dumb and bleak, and everybody was like, "Oh man." So, but they also have alcohol in their alcohol stand area. So
You do?
yeah, now they have that now in the movie theaters. People can go sit and drink their alcohol.
Yay. Weird.
There's a surprising level of adult jokes in Rocko. Examples: a fast food chain named Choky Chicken, a gag where Rocko is a sex line operator, an episode about assumed infidelity, starring Rocko and his next door neighbor's wife. How did you get those on a children's-oriented cable channel like Nickelodeon? I had done some independent films, which is what made Nick interested in talking to me into developing a series, and they just said, do what you do. So I did a pilot, and that was doing what I do. I mean, I knew he was working, talking on the phone, but I didn't really know it was effects operator. I couldn't catch on the lingo.
Yeah.
But the fast food chain to be named Choky Chicken, it feels like you're gonna go in there and choke a chicken. That's not funny, but you kind of think about that. Because then it sounds like the chicken's a choking hazard.
Yeah. Yep, for innocent kids like us, it just went right over our heads, just like it was supposed to.
Right. It was different time then. Looking at Nickelodeon, they were just getting on the map. Ren and Stimpy actually premiered while I was working on the pilot. My stuff was so weird. But then Ren and Stimpy came out and I was like, oh, this might work. Everything was different then. And Nickelodeon was kind of going for that. They wanted to break out and break the mold of what was going on. There were so many rules that had come down onto kids' TV that it was kind of our time to break it out. Yeah, Ren and Stimpy was kind of weird too because I don't even really know what kind of characters Ren and Stimpy are, but it's kind of weird. I know
Yeah.
I know Ren is some kind of rat. He looks like a rat of some sort, but I don't know what Stimpy is.
Yeah, I heard. I don't even remember where. It must. I think it was in an episode there. Somebody explained that Ren's a Chihuahua and Stimpy's a cat.
Oh, I can. Here's a picture, but I can see about the Chihuahua part. But he must be hairless. He didn't really
Yeah,
have.
there are.
Be hairless because he didn't have any hair. Here's a picture for all of you who want to see what Ren and Stimpy look like. And I'll be posting pictures of these at the end of the video so you all guys can take a look. But that's what Ren and Stimpy look like. A lot of these cartoons were very violent, and nobody ever said anything about the violence. But Rocko was never violent, and the things that we did were hopefully going over kids' heads. We wanted the parents and the kids to be able to enjoy things together. We did things that we thought were funny. We tried to be discreet about it. It wasn't something that was blatant. I wanted people to enjoy it on a different level, and that's what it sounds like. What happened? Audiences got older, and they started to enjoy it on a college level and as an adult level. Well, of course, when you're on a college level, you understand all the innuendos they put in there. And when you talk about like teen shows, I remember Salute Your Shorts, and I remember another one that called Hey Dude that was on the ranch. And of course, you know Clarissa Explains It All. With oh yeah, and yeah, those are the three that I remember.
Yeah, I think I was getting out of Nickelodeon when I was watching Caitlin's Way, and I watched it specifically because I wanted to see, what happens with the horses, and then they took out the horses. I was like, it's a drama there.
Yeah. Why not? The show was about someone coming of age. Rocko was meant to be in his early 20s. I just kept saying to Nickelodeon, it's modern life. Was it ever a struggle with the network to keep these in, or was the network on board with that sort of humor? Especially considering how much fellow Nicktoon Ren and Stimpy pushed the envelope at the same time. There were elements of Ren and Stimpy that were different from what we were doing. Everything was very story driven, so we didn't just throw things out there just for the sake of shock. There were some things, there was a note that we couldn't say hell, so we kind of made a joke about it. We crossed out hell and put heck. There were some things Nickelodeon had problems with, mostly satanic jokes that we weren't supposed to do. We had a hard time with the devil episode, with Peaches. We made it, and we made it ridiculous. We made it really ridiculous with feathers to the head. And here's a picture where it says to heck and back, because they couldn't say to hell and back, with the heifer.
Yeah.
That was the heifer was Rocko's best friend. The show was doing great in the ratings, and we were getting huge household numbers. Nickelodeon was trying to find its own place that was a little different from any other children's network. And our thing was we don't talk down to kids. We treat kids as the intelligent beings that they are. But we also know that there are going to be aspects of the show that they're not going to understand. So Nickelodeon did really at the beginning. They didn't come down on us very much about it. They saw the ratings and the breakout that was happening. And oh, I remember they also had Rugrats. I remember that too. And I have to say about that, it was kids watching cartoons, not really thinking about it. So when you see the ratings up and people watching, you really don't care much. But I mean, for kids, they're gonna figure things out. Even I'm not sure why you're gonna really try to hide kids and try to keep things exactly at age level because they're gonna see things no matter what, everywhere, whether or not you do your best at trying to hide it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm sad at the moment that we got away with get so much attention. The LA Times did a story on an episode we did about adoption, where a heifer finds out that he was adopted, and they call it a high water mark for kids. And it dealt with situations that were kind of groundbreaking at the time. We had a lot of episodes that were really intelligent writing, and we were all just trying to do something that was different. But having innuendos and stuff gets us the most attention. That's definitively true. Episodes like Zanzibar about recycling and capitalism still play. But what kinds of things did Nickelodeon offer notes on? Rocko seemed to get away with a lot. But what about these other adult stories about consumerism, etc.? I mean, consumerism, what the hell? Kids see something nice in the store, they'll want it, period. It's not because they see it on TV. They can see it on TV and say, "Mom, they say, oh, I want you to buy me this." But then later they'll forget about it. But when they see it at the store, they'll grab the toy and hold on to it until the check's done and then cry if you don't buy it to them. And then later you have to give it like 20 minutes and then later they get to the car, they'll forget about it if they have another toy in there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. But consumerism goes like if you give in to all your kids like tantrums and you just buy them every single toy out there, then yeah, you're buying into consumerism as well.
Yeah, that's just spoiling is not a good thing to. I mean, do you like dealing with spoiled adults because that's what you're doing when you do it to the kids? You're just raising spoiled adults.
If you get a spoiled adult, well, when they're out on their own in the real world, they're gonna max out their credit card and have no more money to buy anything, and then they'll learn the really hard way on their own.
Yeah, and it's ruin everything.
I had a good relationship with then Senior Vice President of Programming, Herb Scannell. They expressed their appreciation of the show and supported what they were doing with it. I'm working on PBS show now. I created a show that I really care about and it's saying a lot of things that are really relevant. But to a younger audience, my stance in entertainment and doing something that says something hasn't changed. Oh, I liked the kid show. I guess it was on Nick Jr. when I was a kid. It was called Magellan's Castle. I liked that one and the talking bat and the talking dragon. Magellan, he owned the castle and he was the talking dragon.
Yeah, I'd heard of it, but I didn't really watch that one.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of it when I was a kid. I really wanted to say something. There was a lot of satire in Rocko. Conglom-o, we own you. The motto of Conglom-o in an episode set in the future is, we still own you. And
Oh, I think it froze.
for adults too. I think a lot of the satire things we were saying about lots of different aspects of modern life was appreciated. So they have a picture of Congloma, we own you here. If you can see in the big picture. And everybody, you may know sometimes if it freezes on Stefanie's end, don't worry about it. She comes back to when her screen comes back to.
Yeah.
Everybody don't mind her when she says, "Oh, the Supreme Court," because
Hey,
I don't have time, y'all, to edit every word out that people say. Come on now, you gotta know it's real time.
yeah, well, I'm just letting you know so that if you say something and I don't respond, that's why.
Okay, heard that, you all? Okay. It wasn't really until the corporate machine started building up with Nickelodeon at the time. It was kind of a different mentality, and suddenly we have to be earning the right kind of money with the right kind of sponsors. Start to become that we're not hitting the 6 to 11 years old as strong as we like. And I was like, maybe it's time to rest up. There's a lot of good stuff here. Maybe we shouldn't mess with it. The household numbers are still really good. I mean, if the ratings are good, then why change anything? Just keep it as is, and you'll be fine. No problem. I mean, keep doing what's earning you. Don't stop unless you have to because of retirement or you have nothing left to write about. Because all shows have to come to an end. Like Big Bang Theory is ending this year. Like Game of Thrones is in its final season. So, but they're gonna be doing spin-offs of Game of Thrones. But well, they have to keep going to make money. But at least some things just have to come to an end for new things to arrive.
Mhm.
Except for my favorite show, Law and Order SVU. It's still going strong in its 20th season. Yay! I don't know what I'll do when that's over because there's nothing much else to watch. So I'll probably just end up going back to Netflix and seeing what's there. Anyway. So yeah. And I remember in the Nick Jr. too, they had Gullah Gullah Island with the Pollywog. Forgot the Pollywog's name. But and they were teaching people of the Gullah Island. It's an island in the south somewhere. I forgot. You guys can research it and look. I forgot where it is, but they were teaching people of the of the Gullah traditions. And now, well, there's no more. So it was. I think they said that they lost funding to continue doing it. Oh, it was called. His name was Binya Pollywog. Binya, London.
I'm just remembering a little snippet of the song Gullah Gullah Island.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what they said. They lost funding to continue doing it, but people learned about the Gullah tradition, and that was good for the kids. That was a learning experience of learning of another people's culture.
Mhm.
I think it was. I'm not sure if it's the Caribbean or. I think It's somewhere in the Caribbean if it's not part of the South, but something like that. But that's how kids learn with these different shows to showcase other people's backgrounds to other ethnicities. And this is a good way too. If Rocko showed people how to recycle, very good. Then kids learn something. What seemed to be the priorities of the channel creatively back then, at such an early stage of its life making cartoons, did Rocko meet Nickelodeon's apparent need and requirements? Other shows were trying to acclimate to changing needs. Things were changing as it slowly does. These networks keep changing and changing, especially in this new climate of streaming. Now you get a 10-episode order, and that's about it. 52 episodes with a syndication number. It's kind of a thing for the past. It's always changing. Executives change, things change, the mandate of the corporation always changes. It has to be. And the one thing that's never changed with Simpsons, they've been going for they're already past. They're already on their 1,000th show, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, how many decades are they they're 20 years old, right? Or something older than that.
When did they start? Because I know that Law and Order SVU started in 1999, and they've been going for 20 years already.
They must, I don't remember when Simpsons started.
I
I
think
put Google search to do that, but I'm busy.
I think that they started back when I was a young one. So people, let's go look. Let's see.
Yeah, well, that's
Let's to Google. I'm looking right now.
okay. Because we're curious and we want to know.
Let's see here.
Oh, you're using a phone.
Really? 1989.
Ah, it was the 80s. Just barely the 80s.
There was and on The Simpsons, they have so many predictions about the future that it's crazy. I don't even know why we didn't follow them. They predicted a whole lot of shit, and they actually really happened in real life, and I was like surprised. But nobody really believes in futuristic.
It's supposed to be satire. They're supposed to be satirical predictions, well, some of them anyway.
Well, I watched a thing where they were picking out and saying, well, this was predicted, this was predicted, this was shown here, this was shown here. You know? So someone, is it a coincidence that it just happened to be that they showed these things, or were they really predicting the future? We don't know.
Nobody knows.
We snuck in there when things were still kind of loose and crazy. I call it the Wild West sometimes, because there was a lot of people that we were getting now starting to work in television. There were stories of some execs in Nickelodeon and who didn't see the show until it got on the air. It was kind of a crazy time, so it was perfect for what we did. So back in the 90s, nobody had really care, but now a lot more things are happening in the 21st century, so everybody gives a rat's ass. Because back then, I watched whatever I wanted, I played outside. Now, heaven forbid you play outside and not get kidnapped, you know what I mean? Or you can leave your car unlocked, and nobody would touch it. Now you have to worry for fear that someone's going to ransack your car. So it's happened to me, and it's happened to others. So people, word of warning to all our viewers: don't leave any valuables in your car, and if you do, and expect it to be safe because there's video cameras, well,
video cameras are nothing but eyes.
You'll all be duped. You'll all be duped. Yes, if you catch the license plate, they'll catch the person, but you're not 90% of the time you're not gonna get your stuff back. You're just gonna. We're just hoping that you'll get another scumbag off the street, but for how long? That's only petty theft. Petty theft gives you like not even enough time to spend in jail to later get out and probably do it again, you know. Were you close with other creators of Nickelodeon, like Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, and Doug, and able to share notes or commiserate? Or were most shows siloed off into their own teams? See, there was also Doug. I remember that. Oh, there was also Our Real Monsters.
Yes.
Well,
that was
fun. Creators came from all different areas nowadays. At the beginning, we were all kind of from an animation background. So we all kind of knew each other anyway. John Dilworth, who made Cartoon Network's Courage of the Cowardly Dog, a lot of creators who were coming up through the ranks, who were just finally getting to say something and do something in television. Since it was kind of closed off, I don't think any of us saw ourselves in television. Well, Courage the Cowardly Dog, that show was interesting, but it was just kind of like the same thing. The dog was taking care of the owners, and he had to always protect the wife from the mishaps that the husband would be doing, you know. Because the husband always came out okay, but the dog had to protect the wife from the mishaps of the owner because he wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen when Courage would tell him that it's not a good idea, but he'd do it anyway, and then poof, there you go.
Yeah.
And it was just that kind of show, showcasing all that stuff. So it was kind of like you either liked the show or you didn't. Sometimes I would watch it, sometimes I wouldn't. It was maybe I like it because there's nothing else on, or maybe I didn't like it because I didn't like it, you know. It's not something I just recorded and I wanted to watch every single time it came on. But on Cartoon Network, you had a lot of other shows that were interesting. You had Ed, Edd and Eddy. That was cool. You had Danny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo, right? Yeah.
Oh,
There you
Danny
go.
Phantom though. Wait,
Yeah, you had that, which was good, and there was another. There was so many. There was other ones. We had things to say in animation. We were doing it in independent film, and then TV said, "Hey, we want that stuff here." So we made that leap. It's all about just one big thing. These networks are just like a stream. It's never the same once. It's never the same one twice. And it was fun when you had Stickly, the stick who would be spinning on the wheel, and then you get to find out what show you're gonna watch next. And that was fun. And I like Clarissa Explains It All because she was also on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and I loved that show. Once that was over, I didn't like the spin-off. And they made a new spin-off on that, and I think it's on that Netflix, if I'm not mistaken. But they made another spin-off to that, and I'm not really for it. It's not, no.
I didn't see the end of Sabrina. I wanted to. I have no idea what happened. I don't know when I stopped it or anything.
I don't know exactly which one's the end, because I know there was one when she was living with her aunt, and then there was another one when she moved and went to college and was living with roommates, and then she married this guy who was an actual. She moved to go to, I think, California, if I'm not mistaken, to go live with her mortal husband. But I saw one episode I don't even know if it's true, that she broke up with him, and then oh, I think I saw an episode where she didn't end up marrying him and ended up with Harvey. So,
Yeah, I didn't see her move out of the aunt's house, so.
So yeah, I was watching those episodes when she was in college and writing for the paper, and then she had a proposal to get married. She moved, and then I didn't see the whole marriage thing because I didn't know that they continued that, but I just saw that one episode. But it was so cool because she's like feels everything of a witch. Like when she like has a broken heart, she actually breaks into a million pieces.
Oh.
Interesting. That's interesting. Like when you're a witch, you feel everything. You're like breaking a million pieces. Because she was half mortal, half witch, so. But yeah, so she still has the witch side of her where things crumble and she's like that. And they had a cartoon version of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So yeah.
Don't know if I saw that.
Yeah, I think they have reruns on TV now because I saw one episode where she was just learning about her roots and where she came from. She didn't even know Salem was the talking cat yet.
Oh.
So that was the beginnings of it.
Cool.
You can't hold any grudges or hold a personality to a network. I kind of left with a little bit of a bad feeling when I left Rocko. But now I love lots of people at Nickelodeon. They're trying to find their way in the streaming world. Just trying to get something out there. Not something of quality and good energy. We're all kind of in the same boat as far as how we approach something. And for me, I like that era in the 90s. There were good shows to watch and good things to see, you know. And now I can still, thanks to the streaming, arcades, all the different shows in the 90s that we watch. And that's what I will do when I have my own kid. And sorry to you all guys, I don't know what popped up on my window, but I didn't make this full screen, you guys, so Stefanie popped up again in the right-hand corner.
Oh.
Most of this will be not full screen, so you'll probably see my taskbar. So now I'm in full screen. Now I'm in full screen. I finally put it back. I forgot. Sorry, guys. Anyway, enough of the ranting. That was uncalled for. Moving onward. You can't hold. Oh, I always tell people not to approach a network and say, this is what I should create. Something for this network. It's always about creating something for yourself and see which network would like it. And that's exactly true. Because, I mean, you don't want to say, okay, I really want to work for this channel. I really want to work for this channel, but this is what they are, so I have to create something for them. No. You create something of yourself, for yourself, and then you try to find someone to show it. Like you write a book, you find someone to print it for you or edit it for you. You make a dress, you find someone to sell it for you. If nobody's going to sell it for you, sell it yourself. And then maybe people will buy it just from you straight up, you know? Of course, you want other people to buy it because then they can help you mass produce it. But, you know, that's why they have stores that are, that's why they have some stores where you can go to that is like one of a kind. Like you can go to like the Betsy Johnson store and they have one of a kind dresses there. You buy it and that's it. You can't buy any more of the same one. You get what you get. Like when I shop at LuLaRoe, they only produce like this, like what I'm wearing now. It's from LuLaRoe, and they only make maybe 200 of this print, and that's it. Too bad if you really wanted it. You didn't buy it. They're gonna have many other of this design and different prints. You'll find one that you love, but you'll never find the same print. And it's hard to catch. That's why there's only like a certain limit. You'll never find someone on the street wearing the same print as you. You'll probably be lucky if you do. Like if you buy from like the regular store, you'll find someone with the same print as you, because like you go to Macy's, they have like a lot on the rack of the same kind, and then that's happened to me before. I've seen someone wear the same thing as me, and I'm like, oh, we probably bought it from the same place. But so yeah, you have to find someone who will produce what you have. Not you just really want to work for this place, and then they're not going to produce what you have. You know, that's how you strive to be a creative person. Like I don't care what I do. We put ourselves out here on YouTube. I do my lives on Facebook. Stefanie showcases her stuff. People will find it and buy it, and it will be unique and different, and people will watch it. And that's that. We're not trying to fit into a mold, into someone else's mold. We're doing our own thing, and then people will bite and take our things, you know? And here's a
picture. And then it's fine.
And here's a picture of Rocko's modern life. And a picture of Rocko again. Look, staring up at a post. Staring up at a poster. All right. Well, this concludes the video for tonight, everybody. Thank you for watching. Give Stefanie a welcome back. Hopefully, she'll be back in a new video again, in the next video again. And check our social media links below. Go shopping with me. Go shopping with her. Comment, like our video, subscribe, have your friends join, and thank you everyone, and we're out.